Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'll be showing you how I make this pepper soup rice recipe. Oh my god guys, this was the perfect thing I could have done this week because it's been snowing, the weather is super cold, and this rice just chased away the cold. Guys, it was super tasty, and these are the ingredients I'll be using for this recipe. It's very easy to make, it's super easy, no stress recipe, and all you need is just your pepper soup spice, your rice, and whatever season you want to add in there. So guys, I have my pre-cooked rice already. I have 1 seasoning cube, I have chopped up pepper, onions, ginger and garlic. I have my dried basil leaf, which is the scent leaves, if that's what you know it as. I've got salt, I've got blended crayfish powder, and I have 1 red onions, and also my pepper soup spice, as I mentioned earlier on. This one has been carefully and I know the ingredients that are in there is what it says it is. So I actually trust this Eterigo brand, and I love their seasoning and stuff. So I have my dry fish that I'll be using for this recipe. And guys, my pot has already been heating before. I'll add my fish in there, and then I'll go ahead and add a little bit of water. Guys, you can use whatever kind of protein you want. You can use goat meat, you can use lamb, you can use ram, you can use fresh fish, whatever it is you want to use. You can even just have your base without the protein, just have water and then add your seasoning as well. The main thing is to have the pepper soup flavor mixed with your rice. That's just all, really, to be honest. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add some chopped up peppers from before. I'll add a little bit of garlic and ginger and some onions, and then I'll just add in my salt, my seasoning cube, and a little bit of crayfish. Guys, this is what it looks like when I'm adding my peppers and stuff. And then I'll go ahead and add just a little bit of water because I really want it to boil properly for some time. And then I'm adding my salt, as I mentioned earlier on, just maybe half a teaspoon, because when the rice is cooking you'd also taste for salt, so that's why I'm not using too much salt at this stage. I'm going to add the secret ingredients, which is my pepper soup. The spice blend has already been pre-blended, so you don't have to stress yourself to start blending anything. And I'm adding this. As you can see, I'm sprinkling quite a lot because I really want that pepper soup taste to come out and overshadow all the other elements in the rice, because guys, it's pepper soup rice now. There's no need eating rice without tasting the pepper soup in it. So add a little bit of crayfish, because then again, what's not to love crayfish in this kind of food? 1 seasoning cube is going to go in there. And this is just basically all the ingredients that you need for this food. Guys, this is just it. It's super easy. We're done. At this stage, I'm just going to allow my fish to boil just a little, because it's already been pre-cooked. As I mentioned earlier, it's grilled fish, so I don't really need it to boil for that long. I just want my spices to boil together and come together, really, and I'm using the fish as a base for that. So this is what it looks like after it's been boiling for about give or take, say 5 to 7 minutes, And as you can see, I'm just going to take this out and put them aside for when I'm ready to put it back in. If you're using your goat meat, you can allow it to boil for longer. If you're using fresh fish, you can allow it to boil until you think it's properly cooked. If you're using, whatever you're using, you can allow it to boil. And if you're not using anything, you're just going to leave it like this, that's also fine. You can just allow this to boil for 5 to 7 minutes, as I mentioned earlier on. And then the next thing that goes in is your rice. This is so easy, guys, super easy, So I'm just going to add all my rice to go in. I'll mix it properly again, just to be sure that every grain of the rice catches my soup flavor, every single grain. I just want everybody to be at attention. If I need to add more spices at this stage, I would do so, but if there's no need, I would allow it to boil a little and see what needs to go in there and stuff. I'm adding a little bit of water because my rice wasn't properly cooked before. It was just halfway done, so I need it to be really soft and properly cooked. So just a little bit of water, and then my remaining pepper, onions, garlic and ginger is gonna go in there. So my food is almost ready, guys. This is super easy. The next thing I need to do is just add in a little bit of my leftover crayfish, because you know, like, crayfish is just life, guys. Crayfish brings out, I don't know, that earthy flavor, you know. And then some salt is going in, and I'm just gonna mix this together, and I'll just taste to be sure that everything is fine. And I like the way it tastes, or I like the way you know, the flavors have married themselves. Guys, I forgot to mention, I'm going to be adding a little bit of sunflower oil, just a little bit, so that the rice doesn't just I don't know what's the word, stick together. You know, the oil is going to give it that jollof rice kind of taste, if that makes any sense. You can use butter if you want, but I feel like sunflower oil doesn't take out the taste from the food, so it, you know, it still allows the pepper soup flavor to remain its natural state. I'm going ahead to add my fish back, and just add all the fish to go in, allow this to stay for some few minutes, and then guys, my food is ready, like super ready. So guys, this is what it looks like. It's been cooking for about 5 to 10 minutes. I just want to mix this a little, so I can taste for salt, I can taste for pepper, I can taste if my spice is enough, and if it's not, I can go ahead and add just a little bit more. But I'm also adding my basil leaf here. I mentioned earlier that it's the dried scent leaf. If you have the fresh leaf, you can wait until your rice is proper cooked before you add the leaves, but because my leaves are dry, I want the flavor of the scent leaves to actually boil out and, you know, marry the seasoning. So that's why I'm adding it at this stage, but you can use whatever you want. You can even use spring onions, to be honest. You know, if you haven't got any of these leaves, just simple spring onions would actually do for your food at this stage. I'm going to cover it to boil for a further 5 to 7 minutes, and it should be ready. Nothing else needs to go in at this stage, and if at all, maybe my pepper soup spice itself. But this is what it looks like. It's been properly cooked. As you can see, there's no water remaining underneath the pot. My food is ready. I'll just do a little bit of mixing together to be sure that all the flavors are actually spread around and everything is looking nice and clean. And my husband was saying, oh, why don't you add like tomatoes and stuff? Guys, you can add tomatoes, to be honest. You can make it into a jollof pepper soup rice, if that makes any sense. But as I said, this is what I was craving for, just plain rice with pepper soup spice in it. I didn't want to add tomatoes. I didn't want anything that would take the flavor out of the pepper soup. You know, I just wanted rice and pepper soup, you know, mixed together, if that makes any sense. So this is what it looks like. I'll just cover this for a few minutes and it's ready. Guys, this is the final round. I hope you enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you.